Howdy folks, welcome to Kodiak Island. We are today getting ready for actually two air taxi assignments. This first one is a float plane mission from Trident Basin down to Old Harbor, and then we will be trying to fly that route from Kodiak over to Karluk again. Um, so it should be a lot of fun. Glad you were able to join. And let's go ahead and get this thing started. Blue Yamaha, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. I'm just a little bit, I'm kind of late and I'm kind of early at the same time. I was initially planning on departing here about 20 minutes ago. Then I had to back it up due to some work stuff. Blah, blah, blah. That's boring. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of the pre-flight stuff just in case some other folks want to join in and fly along as well. So one of the things, let me go ahead and just let's go over the actual assignment here. And this is all part of the LP Nils Kodiak Island Scenery Pack. This is assignment number 2. We've been jumping around just a little bit, but so we have two folks that are waiting here at Trident Basin, and we're going to be taking them down to Old Harbor, and they will be staying there in a cabin, but they'd like, if weather permits, to make a quick stop. I don't know that we'll do a 30-minute stopover, but just a quick stop at the old whaling station of Port Hobron, which is 5 miles southeast of Old Harbor. It's 2 passengers and luggage. It's 180 kilos. So let's start with that. Let's get that all loaded up here. And yeah, so we'll take these guys out and just the 2 passengers. We'll put their luggage in there and we'll see if we can get our weight and balance pretty close to what we should have. And I wouldn't have anybody sitting next to me as well, so that looks good there. And then we'll put in what do we say, 180 pounds of, so there, that's about 90, 94, so we need another about another 90 pounds. So well, okay, no, that's in kilos. So 94, we're getting kind of up towards the sweet spot of our weight and balance here, actually. All right, so yeah, we'll call that good. That's close enough. That's close enough. Of course, we have the delivery. We might as well apply it. If you don't own this plane, you may not realize that you have the ability with any of the Thranda aircraft, I believe. it gives you the ability to put your own livery on there, so that's pretty cool. We have covers and taking off the doors are shut. I don't know if I take the tie downs off if I start floating away or not. Nope, I still have my anchor deployed. So as you push or as you retract the brakes or take off the brakes, that's when it takes off the anchor, if I remember correctly. Yeah, brakes are on. So as soon as I take that off, the anchors are off, and we're out the door, 88 and out the gate. All right, here is the Sky Vector sectional, and let's see, Kodiak Island. Here is where we're taking off from, Trident Basin, heading down to Old Harbor and Port Hobron. That's right here. So we need to make a stop right there. I'm going to just put that in. Oh, we have a space launch going on. So that's coming up on the 3rd. So we're okay. Um, but oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder what that. We'll have to do some research on that. I don't know that I knew that they had that ability to do that down there at Kodiak Island. The weather. Let's see. Whoops. We are live and 050 at 5. 3010 looks like it's clear. Yep. Okay, nice day here. Wow. 49 degrees. Nice and or that's dew point. Sorry, 68 degrees, so not too hot. That's nice. So 050. Let's pull back our sectional. What would we be needing for a departure? We can really depart into the wind as long as we don't have. I'm looking for a taxi chart. There is no taxi chart. You're at a seaplane dock. So we're going to be, looks like departing to the northeast, kind of, sorta. So I don't know necessarily how far out we would go, but kind of that direction. And let's just say we're gonna just try to take it around at least around this first island here, and then down towards Brood Point. In fact, it might be good for us just to come clear out here. Let me maximize this a little bit, guys. It's kind of hard to see when it's that small. Yep. So we're probably going to be better to take it all the way out here past the point of this island here, Trident Basin. Kind of favors heading out that way anyway. This departure, I should say, out of Trident Basin, and around Cape Grayville, Cape Cheniac. Maybe we'll see the launch pad here, Narrow Cape. I don't know. We'll take a look and we'll see. Then around Dangerous Cape. Ooh, that sounds adventurous. Then into the Kodiak Strait into Port Hobron. At some point in time, when I get done with all these missions, I'm going to know the names. And then once we're down at Port Hobron and we've looked around at things a little bit there, see what LP Nils has modeled for us, then we'll go around the corner here and land at the old harbor there, and that should get us where we need to go. And then, of course, on the way back, we'll probably just follow a similar route right around. Maybe not. Maybe we'll find a different way to go through. Maybe we'll come in here through the bay here, Killude. Gosh, that's terrible. Killude. There we go. Yugik Bay, and maybe we can cut through some of these little spots here and just see. Again, part of the fun of this is just trying to kind of figure out where we can go, and again, if you've watched any of these missions before, you know that LP Nils has hidden all kinds of Easter eggs around. In fact, we found a couple of them last time. We found a couple of sandbars, a couple of gravel bars, I should say. And actually, that's, long story short, that's one of the reasons why we're flying mission number 3 again, is because we didn't successfully land on the second gravel bar. Agent Bravo 7 successfully down in Oshkosh, raiding with 14 people. Good to see you. Glad you made it. It looked like it was a lot of fun. I flew in there yesterday, and yeah, it was cool. Those guys do a nice job. It's not, it gets the adrenaline going a little bit, and a heck of a lot of fun. But thanks for coming in, and thank you, Michael TC71, for following. Welcome to Prop Culture, and we're just planning our flight route here from beautiful Trident Basin here in the Kodiak Islands. So yeah. Well, and you had some weather to deal with, it looked like today, Agent Bravo 7. I didn't have that, luckily. It was a pretty nice day yesterday, but it looked like you had to maybe navigate a little bit of a little bit of bad weather conditions. So we're gonna be I think we're gonna just call it eastbound to begin with, and Tango 44 and 6 Romeo 7. Oh my goodness, our old friend Al Dominguez, Al South MIA, he is subbing 5-month streak. Holy cow, my friend. That's awesome. That is, thank you so much for doing that. It's good to see you, by the way. Where's your float plane? Where's that carbon co yours with the floats on it, man? You could join us. We were thinking we'd get out of here in about 3 minutes. I don't know if that's quite going to happen. How about we say 20 till? And then this is a pretty short flight. It's about, with all the running around, it's about 40, I don't know, 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes. And I think we have over 3 hours of fuel if I remember right. We'll be cruising probably, I don't know, around 140 to 160. And since we're technically heading back to the west, so how about we go for about 2,500 and let's put a little thank you to the ATC as we always do. We are Slant Gulf. We have some stuff on board we can use if we need it. Let's see. I think that's going to take care of it. We'll file that. And unfortunately, no ATC. They all were busy making sure Agent Bravo 7 made it successfully into Whitman Field there in Oshkosh. Um, but I will show you some stuff just before we get started here. As you can see, Oshkosh is still hopping a little bit here. 11 arrivals, 4 departures. The Chicago area doing a nice job of staffing it up for a second straight day. Some stuff down here down south, Fort Worth, Memphis, Atlanta, of course, Miami, Boston. Looks like there's a little bit of ATC, Winnipeg, and Toronto, but nothing out our way, and that's okay. It's VFR, non-flight following, so that works out just fine for us. And then just a quick look, another look at the weather. As you know, the clouds can move in and change rapidly here, and what I'm seeing here is a lot of gray, which, if I understand correctly, that means we're between 1,000 and 1,500 for our base. So 2,000 may not work out very well for us as we're because we're going right in here to Old Harbor. Yeah, that may not work for us. What's the METAR saying here? Oh, no METAR found for this airport. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, Clouds are, let's see, what does it say? 3,000. All right, maybe I'm not reading that correctly. But unfortunately, we're going to have a little bit of a headwind here heading down the coast, but that's okay. That's okay. Yep, the Sky Vector, the Sky Harbor Airport from Sky Vector. Let's see, DYT Sky Harbor. Let's Kenny, what are you showing us here? Sky Harbor. Uh-oh, did I just mess up and lose my... All right, hold on. I'm going to take that off for just a second. All right. Oh, that was for Commando Solo 193. Sorry about that. I thought you were talking to me, Kenny. Okay, let's see. We're ready, I believe, to get this thing started. And we're going to leave the brakes on, the anchors deployed until we're ready to literally pull away from the dock, because once this thing gets on the dock or on the beach, man, it's a mess. So we're going to hold those anchors here for a little while. All right, master coming on. Hit aux fuel, pump, ignition. It started a low motor, looking for 14%. There's 14. Introduce the fuel. Well, which I, haha, forgot to turn the fuel on. That works a little better if the fuel is actually on. Ah, I missed my little checkbox. Downwind Sim made me a nice little checkbox here, similar to what the missionary bush pilot guy has. And I've come to, I guess, rely on it maybe a little too much. That's okay. All right, that looks good. Bus is coming on. Gen's alternator on. Turn the rest of this off. Prop lever comes full forward. And beacon is on. Nav's coming on. Let's see. Engine inlet bypass should be on since I'm on the water. And, oh, that was for you? Okay. All right. Shouldn't need any light, but sometimes this cockpit can get a little bit dark. Not going to need any anti-icing, I don't believe. And again, we're looking at, I've already forgotten my altimeter, 3010. And you can see, boy, I'm really moving around. I should probably just, oh boy. Yeah, don't want to get hung up here. Come on, brakes. You got to work for me. You got to work for me. Oh boy, I'm on the dock. I might be in trouble, guys. I'm going to get off the dock here and I'm going to disengage the brakes and just taxi away from. All right, there we go. Let's just get away. Get away, get away. Unless I'm hung up. If I'm hung up, it could be ugly, guys. Oh, I think my right float is hung up. Oh no, this could be bad. This could be bad. Is the stream stuttery? I hope not. Put the wheels down. Let's see if I can. Yep, that's what I was worried about. Oh, mama. All right, I'm going to have to restart, guys. My apologies. I just got hung up on the dock, and like I said, it was, yeah, that's kind of what happens. So let's see here. Let's just pick a different livery. We are still going to be here at Trident Basin. I'm going to pick a different dock. And let's see if it just starts us over there. Sorry about that. Redneck Love and Life. Hello. How are you, sir? Thanks for the bits, man. Appreciate that. Little concerned that you're cheering about me flipping over, but maybe that's not why you're cheering. All right. If I actually just, I wonder if I just took the brakes off right now. I wonder if I would just gently drift away. Nope. I'm drifting right back towards the dock. Gosh darn. This is going to be an issue, guys. Issue. Well, rats. I guess all we can do is try to start it again and try to time it right and try to get away from the dock. So let me stop horsing around. Let's get things going again. And try to wiggle our way out of here. Do I have to reopen the... Yes, I do. Probably have to put everything back in again, but that's okay. We can do that once we're clear of the dock. Like right now. Let's just surely we'll get a little bit of propeller action to pull us away. Yep. Okay, I think we are actually. Sweet. Oh, those were left on accidentally from my crash. My water rudders are down, so I am going to get a little bit of help from them. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm not even... Okay. Ha ha. All right, well. Fair enough. Beacon, strobe, nav, taxi, it's all coming on. We're just going to hope for the best here. Gens need to come on. And I think, yeah, I have my, yep, there's my water rudders. They're on. Maybe I can power off of this thing. Sometimes you can. Yep. Kenny, do you mind just, you're a Minnesota, you're a lake guy. Just come out on here for me and push that sucker off. I'm going up over the top. Holy moly. Yeah, I don't know, guys. See if we can just power over the top here. Do I have insurance? I hope so because I'm scraping the heck out of my floats. That's all I know. That's all I know. I've done one other float mission, and I purposely stayed well away from the docks just because of this. I've got this terrible feeling that I'm going right back over on my top here, guys. I feel like I'm making like a little bit of progress. Nope. There we go. I hit the dock. All right. Well, I guess the only thing I have left to do here is I can try one more time. Let me pick a different livery, and let me pick a different. There's only one other spot here. Large docks. Oh, that's got me even closer to the. Oh boy, this is not gonna be. Oh, get the wheels out again. This is not gonna be pretty. Well, heck, you guys. Okay, trying it again. Oh, yes, look at where we're at. Okay, sweet. Come on, baby. Let's all that off. Let's get started. Everything is on. It shouldn't be on. That's because I keep crashing. Ironically, though, somehow the fuel keeps getting shut off. And okay, aux pump on. That's on. There we go. Okay, here we go. We're rolling up here. Just stay away. Stay away. There's 14. Is that not? Why is that not going? Now my condition lever is not wanting to engage. Did I? Fuel is on. All right, we're having all kinds of problems now, guys. All kinds of problems. Okay, full shut off, full shutdown. Let's just. I think something is. Let's just get everything. Let's go back to the beginning here. Landing lights off. Oh, look at that. Look, I'm turning right back to the dock. It's taunting me. It's taunting. Anchor is deployed. I don't want to pull the anchor until I have a little bit of engine going because I've been just drifting all over the place. But that didn't work. All right, let's work through this checklist again and let's just see what's going on. And I don't know, maybe I need one more reload. The Kodiak is fighting me today. It doesn't usually do this, but yeah, fix the stream. I need major help, you guys. All right, so covers, tie downs, everything is all that stuff is off. Weight and balance is probably, oh, that stayed the same. That's cool. Okay, so at least all that's the same. Parking brake is set. Anchors are deployed. I'm gonna let that guy kind of swing around. Apparently it's gonna swing all the way around. I wonder if I left the tie downs on, if that would have helped it. Does anybody know if I leave the tie downs on, does it help? Does it stop you where you're at? Seems like that would stop you kind of more like where you're at. If that's the case, then that might help me a little bit. Although I am sort of pointing the wrong direction here, aren't I? What are the odds I catch my left float on that corner of the dock? As long as I'm restarting, let's go ahead. Let's fire up the old 11816. even though I don't. That's a nice livery. I like that little wine-colored livery. Sim is lagging really bad. Okay, I'm not showing any dropped frames on my end. Redneck loving life. I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully that'll clear up on your side there. Um, yeah, it's looking all green and looking good on my side so far anyway. I just can't start the plane, and when I do start the plane, I just can't get it away from the dock. All right, master battery coming on again. I have fuel is already turned on. Master battery's on. Beacon. Let's go ahead and turn the beacon on. And um, yeah, it hasn't done that for quite a while, Kenny. We kind of made some adjustments, and it's been, I thought, and maybe not, maybe it's my misunderstanding. I thought we kind of had that figured out, but I'm sorry that you guys are having some trouble on your end. That frustrates me because I thought we had it. Like I say, I thought we had it figured out. Aux pump will come on. Ignition switch is already on. Starter going to low motor, and we're spinning up here. There we go. There we go. Al South is providing a little bit of pre-flight entertainment here for you guys, so that's good. That's good. Okay, I'm starting to spin away from the dock, so let me do this. Let's turn all this good stuff on. Turn these things off. Prop lever can come full forward. We're going to take the tie downs off. We're going to take the brake off. And we're going to just hopefully just drift gently away from the dock. There we go. I am going to turn and let's get our majestic aircraft pointed out here to the open water. All right, there we go. Third time is the charm. That might be the theme for tonight, by the way, because I am attempting one of these air taxi routes for the third time. All right. 3010 was the pressure, was the altimeter. And we're going to go, we said 2,500. And we are departing 050, which is almost the direction that we're heading. Click spot here. So I'm wondering, let's see, I'm kind of in a no wake zone. I could probably taxi back to my I don't really want to shoot that gap there. I think what I need to do is taxi back to my right here just a bit, and we'll go down here a ways, and then we'll make a run at it the other way. And no, I don't know how to do that that cool fast taxi that all those good float plane pilots can do, where they get themselves up on top of the water and taxi fast. I don't know how to do that. Let's see, I could go, oh, if I just go down a little further, actually, I'll just be clear of everything. So I think I'll taxi out of here, and then we'll depart 050, and at that point, we will be turning to the south, essentially, on about a 160. Okay, well, only took us 29 minutes to get started and pushed away from the dock, so I feel like that's a win. Nav lights taxi on. I do need to have that shut, bypass on, I should say, when I'm splashing across the water. What happens if I just increase my condition lever just a bit? Let's see what happens. I think for the most part, it feels like the water physics are okay. I mean, they definitely feel nicer than what I experience in P3D. I have the Milviz Beaver in P3D, and it's definitely not as, I don't know, responsive, I guess. But anyway, yeah, here we go. Away we go. The wake still looks kind of cheesy, but it's not too bad. Yeah, there we go. We'll taxi out of here. We'll make a left-hand turn. We'll be clear of basically everything, and then we can just zip our way on out of here. Yeah, Agent Bravo 7, I don't know if you've got this yet. This, again, is an LP Nils creation. It's if you search for Kodiak Island out there on the forums, this will be what you find. There's a little bit of an ortho issue that you have to take care of. You don't want to just use the typical Bing and Ned 1/3. You want to use ARC, and I think STVM is kind of the preferred Ned, because Bing doesn't give you elevation. So all this looks nice, but it's all totally flat. All right, do I have a little bit of a window here? I think I do. I think I can turn and get myself airborne. Yeah, right through that little gap, I think. And then I'll be out far enough that I can just pretty much point it right to the wind, 050, and we'll be up and out. We'll make a right-hand traffic departure, and I should have been making that call. Trident Basin, Kodiak 11816. We are taxiing to the open water. We're going to be departing 050 and then making a right-hand turn VFR to the south, Trident Basin. That's not how you make a radio call in the water, probably, but I don't think anybody else, I haven't heard anybody else spawning in, checking in, so we'll roll with it. Just about far enough out here, I think. Yeah, I think I have enough room now. Let's get it spun around. There's a little bit of an island right there, I guess. We're going to bring the rudders up. The water rudders, I should say. And let's see if we can get it flying here. Oh, there's a little island right here. Oh, that's nice. I just gave myself a little challenge, didn't I? I got a bad feeling about this, guys. And yep, I did pull a little early just to get over that island. I should have went out just a little bit further. That's all right. Okay, and we're airborne. I'm sorry, Redneck Loving Life. Yeah, come on back later on. I apologize, that stinks, dude. But thanks for stopping in anyway. Good to see you. So we need to get out here and essentially be heading toward the south. And we're going to be just staying east of all this terrain. Let's get our torque and RPM set. Again, we're looking for 2,500, and we actually are going to be skirting all the way east of this guy here that's at our 12 o'clock. We're just going to stay out over the open ocean, and all right, let's see if we can get our torque and everything set. Should have look for 2,000 on the RPMs, and looking for about 16 on the torque. I think that's going to get us pretty close. Climbing out maybe a little bit fast. I think climb out speeds around 90, but we're a little quicker than that. That's okay. And I do think I may use a little bit of autopilot just so I can gawk around. So forgive me if I do that. I think we'll set that there. We'll go autopilot, go heading mode, and altitude select is on. And yeah, let's see what it looks like here. Oh yeah, that looks pretty awesome. Away we go. Keep your eyes peeled. He's got all kinds of stuff out here, boats and whales jumping and all that good stuff. Now wait a second. Why did we not? We did not. I thought we had Alt S on, didn't we? We didn't. Now we do. All right, we just went through just a little bit. Not too bad. We'll just wiggle our way back down to 2500. Speed's coming up nicely. And this is, I believe, the Cape Kodiak and Cape Greville. And right down here is that spot where they're going to be launching the, apparently launching some kind of a rocket. There's a TFR for the 3rd of August space launch. The surface to 60,000 feet. So that would include everybody. So we'll see. We'll hug the coastline, and maybe at 2,500 we'll actually be able to see what that really looks like. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But the other thing that we're looking for is cabins and spots to land along the shorelines and all that fun stuff. We've only scratched the surface down here of this wonderful scenery. Yeah, no one drives in Alaska. You're right. You are right. Sailboat's going, looks like. We're going to make our turn. We'll cut across here and take a look. Looks like we have a little airstrip right here. I wonder what that one is. I'm going to have to look at my my sectional here and see. Guess I'm not really seeing anything, but I am. Does that not look like an airstrip? I think it is an airstrip. That's got to be something for one of these cabins or something. Yeah, for the life of me, I have no idea, but that's definitely something hopefully we'll come back to later on. That's cool. I'm looking here. I don't see anything right here. I believe we're just going right off of this guy. I don't see anything here that's listed as an airstrip, but we'll put that guy away in our memory banks there and keep that in mind. Could be a road. Yeah, I guess it could be a road there. Maybe that's what it is. Agent Bravo 7. Might just be a road. I could land at the... That's just an option that I have turned on. Apparently, I guess I've never really, Agent Bravo 7, I've never really noticed those before. But when you're talking about me flying, I guess the more stable, the better. Must be something in here that we can put on, or maybe it comes maybe it comes automatically on the float plane version, because I don't honestly remember it on the other ones. Winglets, yep. So I can. Those are on. Maybe I'll have to pay better attention, Diana, when the next time I'm in just the regular Kodiak to see if that's an option or not. But yeah, yeah. Would you not have that? Would that not be what you do in the amphib version? Would you not have those on? I guess I don't know. It must be something that's just set as a default option. Oh, it's not. So you don't have that option on the regular one. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. All right, so we want to shoot this gap here. The regular has the mud flaps. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, so right here, I'm going to try to cut across the corner here because this is where apparently that's where that space launch is going to be. So we're shooting this narrow cape gap, and let's see if we see anything there that resembles some kind of a launch pad or something of that nature. I should be down there just skirting that coastline, really, truly. In fact, I think I will. I'll take it off autopilot and just fly it a little bit here. That's the Kodiak Island right there. I know that I am not pronouncing those things correctly, but that's okay. Agent Bravo 7 got mod botted. Yeah, so yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that's exactly what it is to offset those floats and all the. I'm sure that just puts the CG way out of kilter. And probably, yeah, and those are also for, I mean, to just help with the airflow in general, right? I mean, just to keep too much of that churned up air. Yeah. Okay, so we're looking here, and again, guys, I kind of almost am seeing something. Is that LP Nils, man? That guy, he doesn't miss much. I think he's actually modeled this little launching pad here. Does anybody know what's the name of this launch pad? I had no idea that there was one up here in Kodiak Island. This is so cool. We're going to go take a closer look. Probably they'll be scrambling the fighter jets to escort us out of the area here, I'm sure. Yeah, it is. It's almost too refined, but man, it's so versatile. I love flying it. It's really, and it just handles so nicely. It's nice for a guy like me that doesn't have the softest hand and the most responsive reflexes. And don't get me wrong, I love the tail draggers. I love the Porter. The Turbo Otter is fun. The Bush 170 is fun. Those are a good time, but this one just kind of has the whole package. Yeah, look at that. I'll be darned. And it wouldn't shock me if he put something down here on this beach. I'm looking for campfires and things like that. I don't see anything, I guess, but here we go. That's where they're going to be launching something on the 3rd of August. So you'll have to avoid this area. That is cool. Nicely done. Nicely done, LP Nils. That guy. That's really cool. All right, back to business. So coming up here on Dangerous Cape, and what do my wandering eyes... Okay, I thought that might be low clouds. I'm still on the version of X-Plane that has a little bit of an issue with rendering the sky and the clouds and terrain in the distance. So you're going to see some kind of funky things as I fly along, especially along the ocean. I notice that it has some weird things, but that's okay. We'll make it work. All right. This is Yugik Bay. We may come back up this bay as when we make our trip back to Trident Basin, just to kind of wander up in there and see if there's anything else that our friend LP Niels has hidden away. But we're going to go around Dangerous Cape, and then we'll be looking for the what is it called? Sitkaladak Strait, which leads us to Port Hobron, and then we'll make a quick stop there, and then we'll just pop over. It's only 5 miles away from Old Harbor. We'll drop our passengers off and head back to Trident Basin. And then I do want to, again, I want to hop in. I'm going to hop in the Islander and try to make the flight back over to Karluk and back. We'll talk about why I'm making a third attempt at that here when we get flying that leg, but it's not something I'm proud of. One of the attempts wasn't my fault, but the second one definitely was. We'll leave it at that for now. I will share the story with you. All right, sky seems to be holding pretty well. I'm almost back up to 2,500, and don't really need to be, I guess. Once I get to the edge of Dangerous Cape here, I'm only about 15 miles away, so I can start to maybe think a little bit about my approach. Of course, one of the big benefits of this plane is right here, wind. Looks like the wind is off our right-hand side, so again, kind of still favoring an approach. Well, now it's actually favoring approach to the west. So that helps us a little bit, because that's Port Hobron is sort of a southwest running, it kind of runs to our right-hand side there, so it'll help us as we land toward it. I need to get X camera set up so I can give you some nice cinematic shots here. I would not be surprised if there's something over there. Whoops. Oh, kind of climbing a little too far. I'll go ahead and start pulling the speed back just a little bit. Old Harbor traffic, Kodiak 816, 15 miles to the east of the airfield, inbound at 3,000. We're going to be making a stop at Port Hobron and then entering the area, Old Harbor. All right. Anything down there suspicious? No, I don't think so. Cabins and all kinds of stuff just scattered throughout. I love it. I love it. All right, so as I'm looking at the sectional here, I need to, as I'm heading into the strait, I need to kind of stay on this eastern edge. And there's a little point right here that I'm going to just follow along, and that old whaling village is just right in here somewhere, according to the sectional. Not sure how much of it's left or what's modeled, but we're going to find out. All right. Start our way down here because, again, I think we only have about 15 miles. See if I can pick out that correct strait there that leads me into Port Hobron. I think I kind of see it right in there. I think this bigger one here is what leads you to Old Harbor off to the right. Okay. So let's get ourselves down around 1,000 feet. And we may need to do one pass to find where we're at. And I'm hoping there's enough room inside that channel to do that. I can't quite tell. This thing does handle pretty well. Can nose it over a little bit more. Get down. I'd like to be down at about 1,000, kind of at the point here as I enter that last couple of miles here. All right, let's just take a quick look here. Descent checklist, landing lights. I never really did put the landing lights on. I suppose the strobe also. Probably good to have as much lighting as you can around here. Altimeter set, and gear is up. That's always an interesting checklist item on a float plane. Gear checked up, and water rudder also checked up. And we're looking for an approach speed of about 110 to 100, and then our ref speed is down there around 65 or so. All right, Kenny, go have some supper. Negative 411. That's probably not a bad guess here on the water. I have no idea. What this is going to look like, but yeah, appreciate you stopping by. Go grab yourself a little filet mignon or whatever you've got on the grill tonight, and we'll see you. We'll see you either for the return leg of this air taxi route or on our way over to Kodiak. All right, we're just about where we need to be. There is a cabin apparently on the point here somewhere that is probably modeled. We'll see if we see it. I'm going to stay a little bit out, and technically I guess I should be probably on the right hand side of this little port, just so we're not running in, just in case there's traffic without a radio, which up here. There very well could be. All right, there's actually a little bit under 1,000, so we'll just level at 1,000, and we'll keep our speed up about 120 or so. Old Harbor traffic, Kodiak 816, 10 miles to the east of the field. We're going to be making a full stop at Port Hobron, and then we'll be inbound to Old Harbor traffic. Yeah, you can see it's fairly tight in here. All right, so actually this is not what I'm shooting for. It's this, and then that's going to be the other waterway that takes me to Old Harbor. Yeah, I think I'm seeing that right. This is right here. This doesn't have Port Hobron. I'm going to need to come around the corner here to get there. Come around the corner here to get there. That makes sense? So should have a little bit of a point right here with the cabin on it, and at that point in time I'm just only a couple of miles or so, 3 or 4 miles away. So maybe I'm a little more than 10 miles away from Old Harbor, but that's okay. Again, I'm not seeing anybody blipping up on my TCAS, so I'm fine with that. These are some really cool little harbors, little bays, I should say. Oh, gained a little bit of altitude. Let's get ourselves back down here to about 1,000. Again, I was hoping to be at about 1,000 at this point, which I'm pretty close. Let's get the speed down now to flaps range. One thing I didn't do is I should have taken the inlet bypass. I should have turned or opened it up, and now would be a good time to put that bypass back on. So since it is already on, I'm just going to leave it. All right. Okay, keep your eyes peeled. Old whaling station should be on the left-hand side here, on the east side of this bay, and I'm gonna try my best to kind of get over on the other side, so I'm on the right-hand side here. Again, just in case, you never know. Oh, hey, hello there, Marine Layer. This is what happened to us the first time we tried to go into Kodiak. It popped up on us kind of unexpectedly. If that's the case, that changes things just a little bit. If weather permits, that's what it said. So if weather does not permit, we're going to just continue to our right and attempt to find Old Harbor, but yeah, it's still doable. Oh, there was a whale. Did you see that whale jumping? That was cool. Let's keep our eyes out here for just a second, see if we see it again. There it is. Ah, 2 of them. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right, we're taking it down here to float plane range. That's for sure. 250 feet. we're gonna keep tabs on the water if nothing else, and we'll get ourselves pointed down the bay. If we have to, we can just climb straight out. We have enough room right here. We could turn if we need to. But looking for an old whaling set up here, old whaling town. Alright, speed's looking pretty good. We're level at 180. Hope you're okay with that. The beauty part about this plane, though, is everything's a runway, right? And this is a good way to land because we're pretty much into the wind. So if we can locate where that old whaling station is, we can just basically turn back around. I'm seeing some stuff over here. Ah, there we go. All right, there it is. Old boat, some stuff on the side there. Okay, so let's do this. Port Horben traffic, Kodiak 816. We're flying past the area at 200 feet. We're going to be making a right-hand exit out of the bay and a 180 back in toward the port. That's the worst radio call ever in the history of radio calls. Yep, that's got to be it. There's not much left of it, but again, it's an old whaling camp. Oh, don't stall. And so once we get on the ground, we'll have a little bit better look at what's going on. So we're just going to come out here again. We'll just do not necessarily going to be flying a classic traffic pattern. We're just going to kind of come out here and almost do a procedure turn, and then come back along the shoreline here, set it down, and taxi up close. I don't know that there's even a dock to taxi into, so we won't worry about that. So let's go ahead. We'll just start our basic procedure turn here. Boy, you forget with the floats on, that stall speed is a little bit higher. You start to hear that horn at about 60 when you don't have the floats, and you start to hear it at about 85 when you do. All right, I think we're probably clear enough, and we can make that turn here. At Port Horben traffic, Kodiak 816 on the procedure turn inbound. We'll be landing full stop. All right, let's get it along the shoreline. Again, we don't have to be right on the shore here. We're just going to get it pointed into the wind. The wind's not too bad today, so it's that makes it kind of nice. And you know, if we can get it set down somewhere close to the whaling station, that does make it also convenient, because then it's not a long taxi. All right, here we go. Down we go. Down. I ended up back at 500 foot. Let's get into to flaps range here, and let's just see if we can nudge it down there nice and easy. Always an adventure, me and a float plane. Always the chance of tipping it over on the nose. First notch. So we'll just see how it goes here. Like to keep that at about 100 on the approach, if I could. There's 160, 140. Start to level it out here a little bit. And we're down, and we are, no! There it is, guys. Golly. Gotta look at what in the world happened there. I thought I was super stable. Didn't splash it down too hard, but man, something. All right, let's see what happened here. Live and learn, right? Yeah, everything looks pretty good right there. I'm into the wind. Sometimes I have a bad habit of tipping it back too much, and then when I hit the back of the skis, it just rolls me forward instead of hitting like I should be, just kind of on the center. Let's see. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, my wow. I have no idea. No idea. Hmm. Boy, guys, yeah, maybe just apparently even a little too far forward. I mean, at that point, I don't look, I'm not half bad right there, but apparently that's just a little too far forward. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. All right. Well, shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. That's a bummer. Probably can't spawn. Let's do this. Whoops. Light in progress. I probably have to exit out of, gosh darn. Probably have to exit out of replay mode, don't I? All right, here we go. Where am I? There I am. All right. We're in good shape. we're we're in good shape right here. Oops. Okay. Let's spawn in. Golly, I don't care about that. Old Harbor. What are we? 6 Romeo 7. We can at least try to fly back. This will be interesting. 6 Romeo 7. There's a float dock here. All right, there we go. There's a regular runway there as well that we have landed on in the past. Let's see if it spawns me in right side up or upside down. All right, I guess I'm going to have to do number 2 again as well. Shoot. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Gears up. Tie downs are all on. I'm going to take the covers off, but we're going to leave the rest alone. Sorry about that, passengers. Let's take a look at this place. So this is kind of a cool spot, I'll be honest with you. So he's got the town modeled. My ortho is a little mushy, I think. You lose out a little bit when you're not able to do the Ned 1/3. But unfortunately, it just is not. It's not. It just does not look good. So this isn't too bad. And here's the other runway. So that's kind of a cool little spot here, like a little gravel runway. Lots of elevation. I love that. Lots of up and down there. So kind of a cool deal. Okay, well, boy, I'm gonna give this one shot. And if we're hung up, then I'm gonna spawn back into Benny Benson, and we'll hop in the Islander, and we'll cut our losses here. Okay, everything. Let's get everything ready to go here. Fuel is on. You guys should know how to start this baby. All these things should be off, off, off. Oops, off, off. Everything's off there. All my lights are off. Everything else is off. Engine. Okay. Master power on. Aux pump on. Ignition on. Starter low idle. Looking for 14. There we go. There's 14. There's me pointing in toward the dock, like I always do. How am I going to get out of here, guys? How in the world am I going to get out of here? It's going to take an act of God to get me turned around. Oh boy. Well, we'll roll with it. Oh, I forgot to turn the beacon on. That's going to come on. And gosh. Okay, I'm unhooking everything here, I think. Nope, my tie downs are still on. We're just gonna see if we come around. We're gonna bring it around town. Nope, I'm hung up. All right. That is a real pain in the you know what. Okay, cutting my losses here, guys. The Kodiak and me were just not seeing eye to eye. So let's do this. Let's shift gears. Let's go to our second mission, which is actually number 3. Let's go to the Nimbus Islander, and let's see if we can do this here. So this is we're at Kodiak, PADQ, Benny Benson, and let me get my briefing here. Wow. Well, that was bad, guys. That was really a bad job on my part. Apologize for that. But here we go. Assignment number 3: wheels or helicopter. So we've got a Kodiak native, one passenger and her friend. So 2 passengers. They're waiting at Benny Benson. Meet them at the Servant Air near the parking on the east side. They need to be dropped off at Kodiak. So 2 passengers, luggage, 375 pounds. All right. So Servant Air, and that's actually where we are right now. This is where we attempted to do this last time. Start new flight, please. I wonder if there's a way. Obviously, the landing I think was just all my fault, but I wonder if there's a way to make those like can you slew yourself? Does anybody know? Can you slew yourself out in the water just a little bit so that you don't get hung up on stuff? I don't know. Just don't know. All right, going to close down the Kodiak checklist. Going to open up the Islander checklist. Where are you? Britain, Norman, the BN2. There we go. All right, I do need to kind of check the maintenance report. Everything is looking okay. Filters are getting a little bit yucky. Oh, that left brake pad. Yeah, they're still over 80%. I think we're fine there. Let's do the weight and balance. We are looking at 211 pounds. I honestly don't even know how much that is. Let's cheat. 2 hours and 20 minutes. That should actually we're going to go 3 hours. That should get us there and back with a little bit to spare. And then we've got don't need a co-pilot. Although you might have a co-pilot in this plane. I don't know. We'll take the co-pilot out, and then the cargo. It was supposed to be passengers are 170 pounds a piece, or 170 kilograms total. The luggage is 375. So yeah, I think we're pretty doggone close with that as well. All right, that looks good. All switches need to be everything's off. I do need to turn my engine, turn my fuel pumps on. Everything else looks off and good here. Okay, sweet. Okay, parking brake is on. Everything else I think is idle, cut off. Okay, those are good. All right, battery coming on. Starter isolator coming on. Beacon on. Yes, this is a noisy airplane, but I can do that. I'm going to leave that off just so we can hear the engine start up. Fuel pump. Start number 2 first here. Take a peek out there. Clear prop. Mags on. And nothing. Uh-oh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Oh, wait a second. Sorry. Mixture full rich. Prop max throttle crack. I forgot about that. Okay, mags on. Fuel pump on. There we go. Alright, that looks good. Pressure's good there. And these temps will slowly rise up. That should be just fine. Pump number 2 on. Mags, clear prop. And number 1 going. Everything PSI wise in the green. Fuel pressure's good. All that looks really good. Oil temps are coming up. Alright, after start we're going to put the gens on. And I think I went with the left gen last time, so we'll put the ammeter on the right this time. Let's turn everything on here. Oh, my dreaded click spot. There we go. Click. There we go. We really won't need any of this, but we can tune some things in if we absolutely had to. Our flight plan is going to change just a little bit here, guys. So let's put that in and enter that. Again, we're going to be right in the same basic area for departure, which is Kodiak, Benny Benson, PADQ, and then we're going to be heading over here to Karluk, which is PAKY. Papa Alpha Kilo Yankee. And I think we're in the past what we've done is we've went up and around to the north and then down the shoreline here. So I think we'll probably try to do something similar. We're not going to be very fast today, about 120. And again, you know, no sense to getting too high. About 2,500 ought to do it. But just plan on essentially, you know, we'll be heading kind of east out of the airfield, north around Spruce Island. You know, pick this little whale passage, this little route through here. Kind of sneaks us through this area here, and then just down the coastline, basically past Rocky Point and into Karluk. Again, should look familiar if you've been with me before, because this is the third attempt for me, and I think you can kind of see why, based on my attempt with the amphibious Kodiak. All right, everything should be warmed up pretty well, I think. I'm going to check the weather here one more time. Still 3010, 060 at 4. All right, that looks good. 3010. Now I do have a taxi chart here at Kodiak, so 060, so I probably can go ahead and just take runway 8, which that's nice because I'm parked right over here. Just come out on Foxtrot and depart to the east. All right, what else here? What else? I can spin my heading bug all the way around. If we're going to use anything, we're going to use GPS, which, like I said, I don't think we're going to use either, just because I think things are still fairly nice weather-wise, but we can shoot an ILS back in here to Benny Benson. There's no ILS out there at Kodiak. We're either gonna make it or we're not gonna make it, and so that's just the way it is. What else? What else? What else? I think that's about all. I think we're ready to taxi, so we'll go there. We're on 2280. Yes, we are. And Benny Benson traffic. Whoops. I am not connected. Now I am what am I? Islander. BN2 Islander. There we go. BN2P. I do need to change this. VFR, Worcester VFR eastbound, essentially. Then we'll be turning the corner. PADQ, PAKY, PADQ is where we're coming back to. 0140, so an hour later, we're ready for mission number 2. This is about a 55-minute flight or so. We'll put 3 hours of fuel on there, so we're in good shape. Everything else looks good, looks good, looks good. File that, baby. And we're ready to go. Now I can make my call. At Benny Benson traffic, Islander, November 11816. We're taxiing out of Servant Air for runway 8, Benny Benson. And so I think we're right over there, guys. Now we can put the noise cancelers on. All you hear is the shaking of the plane now. Love it. What a place. What a plane, what a place. Not a terrible place to have a failure just because it means that that you have to come back, darn it. You have to come back and do it again, and I will. I'm going to come back until I've successfully completed all the missions set forth by my friend LP Nils. Alright, so runway is clear. Hey there. If you only knew what happened to the last 2 passengers, they had to swim for it. Benny Benson traffic, Islander 816. We're back taxiing runway 8, VFR departure eastbound, Benny Benson. Don't have to back taxi too far because we're kind of right here. There is a threshold we could take if we wanted. Looks like final is clear. I don't think anybody ever lands over the top of that mountain, but they may carve it in here. Who knows? All right, so let's take a look here. Rotation speed is 55, and climb out at 100. Let's make sure all of our lights are on.
Kodiak traffic, November or Destiny 269, final runway 26. Kodiak traffic.
We have some friends in the area. That's awesome. Great to hear that. Okay, nav lights, landing lights are on. Cabin lights, so I don't need that. Passenger notices are on. So if he's landing 26, he could be potentially coming right at us. Was that inbound traffic for Benny Benson? Alpha Delta Quebec.
Alpha Delta Quebec.
Oh crap. All right. I'm on the other end. I'm on runway 8. I'll just hold for you, and I see you inbound.
Okay, I did not know the name of the. I'm sorry, I thought it was Kodiak.
I think it is. I think there's just 2 Kodiaks up here, and that's also not a big deal. I think I'll be out of your hair.
Roger that. I see you there too. And I think I'm too late to abort Destiny 269er.
All right. Well, not how you do it, really, truly, but that's all right. So what I'm saying here is, so this is one of the Kodiak. So there's Benny Benson, which is where we are, and then there's also Kodiak Municipal, and but that doesn't have a runway 26. So that's I figured we were probably not where we needed to be. I think honestly at this point in time he should either go around or we should get off the runway, but um, we're just gonna hope for the best. He's gonna be just fine. What was the verdict, Kenny? The verdict was this: the landing itself was under 200, which is awesome, but I flipped it over and ended up on my top. So yeah, it was a good news, bad news kind of a deal. So I don't know what wind, what weather data this guy has, but that's
269 is clear of runway 26. And thank you, and you have a great flight.
yeah, man, nice job. Appreciate you getting her shut down, and good seeing some other traffic out here. Have a good one.
You too. Have a great day. Destiny 269 is at the terminal.
Sweet. So he was in the Mad Dog. That's pretty awesome. Maybe. I don't know. That's what my CSLs are saying. And Benny Benson traffic, Islander 816, we're departing runway 8. We'll be making a left-hand crosswind departure, VFR. All right. Menachem flaps. Here we go. Time to go flying. Off to Karluk. There's already 55. Little back pressure, and here we go. Positive rate. No gear coming up. There's 100. We'll bring the flaps up and we'll just trim to pitch to 100. We need 2,500 is what we're after here. There's about 100. And again, we're just going to get kind of clear of everything and make our way around up to the north here as soon as we're out past the islands. I'm going to go ahead and pull the RPMs back a little bit here. Away we go. I'm not doing a very good job of holding runway heading, am I? Oh, hey. Alright, starting that lazy left-hand turn. We will fly right by Kodiak Municipal here on our way out the door. And we're looking good. So far, so good. Keep the manifold pressure up there at about 25 on the climb. RPMs that are about 2,300. Just about to 2,500. Start to level it off a little bit here. And there we go. Let's see what kind of airspeed we generate today. And here is the Kodiak Municipal. They have a nice little seaport in here with some. I'm sure you can bring your float plane in here. Yeah, I think that might not be it. That might be for. Yep, that's for the boats. But you can kind of see the area. And then the airfield is. Take my word for it. It's over here. Over there. Well, let's not climb out anymore. We're at 2,500. That's good enough. Whoa. A little bit of a gust. All right. Kodiak Municipal. Where are you? I know you're over here somewhere. Maybe I did. Maybe I flew past it already. Yep. It's down there somewhere. I promise. Okay, so out we go. This is Spruce Island coming up. We're going to go out and around that guy. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's shoot the gap. We haven't shot the gap yet between Spruce Island and the big island here. Let's do that. And I never can remember. I think I might need some lights here. Trying to remember what gives me a little bit of backlight. Yep, I think that's it. The lighting in here, not the greatest in the world. Definitely older style airplane, which that's okay too. But it does look pretty good when it gets real dark. That'll be nice. We'll put the heater on a little bit for our passengers here. All right. After takeoff, we can turn the fuel pumps off. We're going to go ahead and just leave all of our lights on. Again, VFR, we're just going to kind of keep everything on, keep ourselves as visible as we can be. Don't need any anti-icing right now, so we're doing all right. We're making almost 145 knots. Wow, what's gotten into the Islander today? Holy cow. Props need to be at 2400, which they are pretty close RPM wise. Throttle 24 inches, which I'll probably pull the throttle back just a bit here. That's maybe why. And we're not over 3,000, so we're not going to worry about leaning the mixture. We're just going to fly the plane. Good fixins'. Maybe it had some beans for lunch. Yep. I had a little beans for chili, or chili beans for supper myself. Maybe that's helping a little bit. All right, so we're shooting the gap here just to the south of Spruce Island. So instead of coming out here, we actually went right in here, just in case you're scoring at home. And then we're going to look for, I think we'll try to go down here. I haven't hit Whale Passage yet. I've always went up to the Afanac Strait and went this way north of Whale Island. Let's try to go south and go through this way here. It looks like maybe some interesting country in there. And again, you never know. You might get some stuff like this, like a little cabin, a little seaplane base or something. Although now I'm kind of having some like some bad juju with my seaplane. I used to love my seaplane stuff, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll try the Turbo Otter next time, see if it treats me any better. That Kodiak, man, it just every once in a while it'll just flip me over like you saw. So this is Whale Island, kind of here at our 11:30. I'm gonna try to go just to this way and see if I can sneak my way around that. I can put in. I might as well put in. Now, let me do this so I don't fly into a mountain. Let's turn the autopilot on. Let's put the heading mode on. Altitude is set. Let's just hold it right there for now. And now we can kind of take a closer, whoops. I guess thought I had that view set up already. All right, let's do this. Let's put into our flight plan. I think, yeah, let's try this. No, I have to have this in here just for my distance. We're gonna go direct to not MT69. Kylie Ranch. That's later on. We're going to go to Papa Alpha Kilo Yankee. So we do have that ability, if we need it, to go direct. What I actually like more than anything, though, is just the idea that I know I'm 65 miles away. I'm really not in any feeling any need to follow the magenta line. I just want to know how far out I am. Right now I've got Whale Island right there on my mind, and I want to sneak through Whale Passage. Because I want to see what's over here, just on the top of this. What is this? The Kodiak Bay. Welcome to Melvin Leroy mispronounces Inuit names. Kizhuyak. Kizhuyak. Kizuak. Probably. Kizuyak. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, now I gotta decide here, actually. What's my heading? Pretty much due west. That may be the strait I'm looking for, the Whale Passage. In fact, I think it is. It'll all lead us to basically the same spot. So I'm going to go ahead. Now I'm sticking with it. I'm going to go down this way, see if we can pick our way out. This could actually be Afanac Bay as I look at it. This might be the Afanac Strait then. Yeah, anyway, we'll go this way. And again, just kind of see what we need to see. Kidjuyak. That could be it, Kenny. That could definitely be it. There's a lot of cool named bays and straits and mountains and all that stuff down here. Love it. Love it. Did I have the ability? I thought I did, but maybe I don't. Turn off the reflections and stuff. I like to turn those off. Sometimes they give me a little frame hit. Alright, onward and upward. If we stay along the water, 2,500 is going to be just fine. If we don't, there's a point on Raspberry Island that is 2,500. And I think this is a 2,200, yeah, roughly 2,200 foot peak. So we've got to definitely stay out here, steer clear of everything else. Need to pick up some Islander liveries here. I wonder if there is any kind of an Alaskan Air or something like that livery for the Islander. I need my research team to get on that. You mind? Got to be some livery pack or livery designer out there that wants to make me something. Okay, I think I maybe grabbed Afanac Bay again, or Afanac Strait again, without thinking I did actually. So that's all right. Like I say, we can essentially we just need to keep heading west, and once we get out over the ocean, we head south. All right, all my temps, pressure's looking good right now. I have lost a little bit of altitude here. I should, let's trim up and oh. Slant Alpha hitting that sub button again there. Thank you so much, my friend. That means a lot. And yeah, beans means the magic fruit. Now you're really going to have a guitar instrumental song in your head, aren't you? It won't be the White Cliffs of Dover either. Hey, let's cut across. Let's shoot the gap here. Let's see if there's anything over here worth looking at. So downwind, or downwind, Slant Alpha, you missed out. You missed out on really. Speaking of musical instruments, me and the Kodiak, it's a lot like a fine concert pianist playing something from Beethoven. Really, I mean I don't know how else to explain it. Do we have the barking dog yet? No, Rob. It does not look like you've still got the star, the purple star of awesomeness. But I don't know what do I need to do. Who do I need to contact? Because that should be a deal. That should be a thing. The barking dog. I'm bummed out. So anyway, Slant, thanks for coming along, but mostly thanks for not being here about a half an hour ago when I flipped my Kodiak on its top, trying to land at Port Holbron. Hiya, what the? All right, what do we? So we're looking around. We're seeing if LP Nils has hidden any Easter eggs in here, as he sometimes does. Yeah, it was quite the deal. It was quite the deal. Really, felt like I was in great shape. Felt like I was under control, and just didn't stick the landing, as it were. All right, I'm gonna turn this off. I just want to fly. Can we turn you off? Off. Okay, thank you. Let's get back to flying. We've got our everything set into whatever we need to set. We know where we're going. We know what we're doing. And yeah, so anyway, it was not one of my finer moments. Luckily, Kenny wasn't there to clip it. Although Kenny, if you go back and watch on the VOD, right about almost right at the 1 hour mark is where you want to go, and it's some pretty good stuff. It really is. It's me feeling pretty good about life, to helping my passengers out of the side door so they can swim to shore, essentially. All right. Well, we're sneaking out here. I think we may be in the Dakota Bay now. I think we've bypassed the Kupreanof Strait, and we're over in the Dakota Bay. So we're basically ready to begin our turn to the south and head down that way. Feel like I'm super close to the instruments here. There we go. Let's set that as our view. That's just a what a sight. How awesome would that be to look out your window and not only see the big old prop next to you, but just looking out over the sea and the mountains in the distance. Man, this would be a heck of a place to live and work. Wait for the fiery crash. Yeah, this one was just kind of more like anticlimactic because I even mentioned, I think on final or on the initial flyover that I have a history of flipping the plane over, flipping the Kodiak over. So the prophecy came true. All right, so this is a Cape Yuganik, and then down here we have, I think that's Cape Ugat. So we're just gonna kind of draw a straight line there and head on down. We'll get to a spot called Rocky Point, and at that point it'll be time to get serious about things and see if we have a chance at making a landing. So Karluk so far the first two times. Let me tell you about my first two attempts, just in case you're one of the people that have not seen my other two attempts. So the first time I tried to fly in here, it was in the Islander, and what ended up happening is we got about probably about 5 miles from Karluk, and like this low marine layer, it was like a wall. It just was boom. It just hit us, and we couldn't see anything. There was no seeing. I mean, it was all we could do just to kind of get down and make contact with the water, because we thought, well, maybe if we get down low enough, we were at about 2,500 again. We thought, yeah, maybe if we get down low enough, we can be below, still VFR legal basically. Well, we couldn't do that. We actually got down to about 200 feet before we made contact with the water. So anyway, we climbed up and out, came back around, made another attempt, same result. So we ended up flying all the way back to Benny Benson, and was not able to complete the mission. So that was attempt number one. Attempt number two was in the Kodiak, and that was only about a week ago, I think, roughly. And we were able to make it in to Karluk, and we dropped off our passengers, completed the mission, and then we thought on the way back, I thought it would be kind of fun to see if we could find, there's a couple of gravel bars in the area. And so we thought, let's go try to find the gravel bars. So we landed in a spot close by called Larson Bay, and Larson Bay had, we just did touch and go there, and kept looking and kept looking and kept looking, and we actually found two of the gravel bars that we were. I had known that they were there just because I flew with LP Nils out here when he first released it, and he showed us. There was a group about 4 of us. He showed us where those were, so I knew those two were there, but I just couldn't remember exactly where. But anyway, we did find them, and I made one pretty good landing. I think it's called Broken Point, and then I made not such a good landing near West Point Village. So I decided that I would take off and try again to make a different landing, or a better landing, because I landed. It just was a bad first landing. Well, on the second approach, the second landing, it went even worse, and I ended up crashing into the ocean. So I've got a Kodiak plane that's flipped over now down by Port Hobron, and another Kodiak that's flipped over by West Point Village. So that's why I'm making this trip again, a third attempt. And with any luck, maybe this time I'll be able to just execute. I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to drop off the passengers, and then we're going to try to find our way back, and maybe we can finish on a high note. So anyway, that's the story. But I guess to the other point is, both times I've come into Karluk, I've had to make a pretty tight right-hand pattern and land back to the west. So I'm interested to see what the wind is going to favor, because it was different this time as we left. And so I'm looking here at, yep, and guess what? It's going to be the same. I think this is Carlick. Yep, right there. So it is going to be, again, I'm going to have to come in here. I have to enter this little narrow straight, make a right-hand traffic pattern into runway 26, I think is what it is. So that'll be the same. But right now the nice thing here is I'm seeing green, which means that I have a cloud base of 5,000 or more, which is that's good news, because I'm kind of seeing like a little bit of haze, but it might just be X-plane rendering that cloud layer in the distance a little bit funkily dunkily. All right, there we go. Oh no. Oh, Kenny, I saw you drop me a message, and I thought you were dropping me a clip of my upside down float plane. I'll take a look at that Sky Harbor there here when we get done tonight. Thanks, I appreciate that, man. All right, I believe that I am coming up here on Cape Ugat, Miners Point, and Cape Ugat, and Saddle Mountain here, a 2,000-foot mountain. And then we've got a nice big kind of a double bay here, Uyak and Spiridon Bay, and then that'll be Rocky Point coming up, and it'll be time to start thinking a little bit about what we need to do. Yep, I think this is Miners Point. So yeah, if you're curious, back this away is where those where you're going to find those gravel bars. It's two of many gravel bars, by the way, and there's just all kinds of off-airport sites to land. It's way cool. Oh, okay. That's the airport. You're setting up. Ah, gotcha. Um, oh, you're flying at 41,000. Yeah, good luck, man. Just sometimes just getting up to flight level 410 is a challenge. I've had many flights where I've filed that and I have not made it. Really have to manage your power extremely well. There's a guy down there fishing. Lucky dog. There's a little cabin. Very cool. Very cool. Right there off of Broken Point, I think. Miners Point. Can't quite tell. That's the service ceiling, really. I would have never guessed that. Yeah, keep us posted, Kenny. I'm interested to see if you're able to make it up that high. Man, I tell you what, if if the hypoxia doesn't get you up there, I think you'd freeze to death. Those things were not known for their heaters, if I am not mistaken. The one thing I have not seen that I do hope to be able to see is some of the wildlife that he's put here and there. Apparently there's bear and elk and deer and even some like mountain goats and things like that. Takes a while. Well, yeah. Uh-oh, what do I got? Nothing. Nothing important. That's sometimes, Kenny, when I'm in my four-wheeler, I'll do that when it's a little bit cool and my engine gives off some heat and I can like reach down uh, by the gearbox and you get like a little tiny bit of radiating heat there. I tell my whoever I'm riding with, I tell them that I just turn the heater on for them. All right, well, shooting across here, and again, I think the next place we hit is going to be Rocky Point. This might be Cape Carlick that we're seeing right here. It's kind of the farthest point that sticks out to the west. So, but right in as soon as we get across the bay here, we'll pick up kind of Rocky Points in here somewhere, and then we'll start to configure for and brief our approach into Carlick. Let's see, yeah, I've got that information here, so we'll be ready to go as soon as we get across the way. What do we have? Probably 20 miles, yeah, about 22 miles. That sounds good. Let's look and just kind of prep our descent checklist. We're looking for yeah, we won't really be able to update the altimeter because we don't have an ATIS out here. And no anti-icing needed. Lights are going to still be on. So we're pretty much ready for descent. And we'll make a radio call here in about another, yeah, 5 miles or so. Check in about 15 miles out. I think that should be fine. We did have some traffic, by the way. So it was good that we were making our calls. We did have another guy come in to Benny Benson. And so that was pretty darn cool. I don't know where he came from, but that was something else you missed, downwind. Slant Alpha was we had a guy on approach on the opposite side of the runway we were getting ready to depart from. So we just about had a mess. You're climbing at 4,000 feet a minute? Holy moly. Thing's a rocket ship, man. Four thousand feet a minute at 120 miles an hour. That is pretty impressive. All right, coming up on Rocky Point. Go ahead and make our call here, and then we'll start to brief our arrival. At Carlick traffic, Islander 11816, 17 miles to the north of the airfield at 2,700 inbound, Carlick. All right, so as I'm looking at my sky vector here, it looks like we've got some just basic information, unfortunately. Elevation's 141 feet. We have runway 10 and runway 28, so we're going to be making a right-hand pattern to runway 28. It's 2,000 feet long, gravel in good conditions. So that will work for us. And yep, just confirming we do have a right-hand pattern to runway 28. Okay, very nice, very nice. And I'm gonna probably at this point right here, I'll start to pull back on the power a little bit, and we'll get down to pattern altitude. We're going to call 1200 our pattern altitude today, just because there is a little bit of terrain that we have to negotiate. So the field itself, again, is not sea level. It's up about 128 feet or something like that, 142 feet. But there's terrain kind of around it that you have to also navigate and get over the top of before you can come in and make that landing. So we'll keep our speed, we'll keep our altitude, and probably bring it in fairly steep. This plane though does a pretty good job of that. I can glide it in at about 65, and then our ref speed is just a hair under 60. So I'll probably keep it more like around between 80 or around 80 as we make our traffic pattern. When we get set on the approach, we'll back it off to about 65, and then we'll shoot for 58 over the numbers. Book says you can climb at 4 and descend at 2. In a dogfight, you'll do more. Yeah, oh yeah. It's all, I guess, in the dogfight, the limiting factor is probably the pilot, how many G-forces he can stand before he blacks out or reds out, I would imagine. But it's an impressive plane. Yep. No, I don't honestly think you don't miss much with me. Honestly, let's just let's just put it out there. I yammered on about this and that. I yammered on about my 2 failed missions before out here to Kodiak, about how I actually did flip another plane over last time I was here. It's sitting in a sandbar, gravel bar over there by one of those bays. So no, other than that, we briefed the approach. We're going to be right-hand pattern to runway 28, and that's all I got to say about that. As soon as we hit this point right here, we're going to slow down and descend to pattern altitude because we're just around the corner. That is, we're going to turn before that next little point right there. That's Cape Kodiak, and the airport is back in this bay a little bit here. Wow. That's incredible. So yeah, I can't. That's incredible. Hmm. And Redneck Loving Life is back. I hope everything. I hope the stream looks better, buddy. I've been monitoring, and everything looks okay on my end anyway. But I hope it looks good. The bottom line is I hope it looks good on your end. If not, let me know, and I'll keep figuring out or messing with it. Ah, good. Well, you're just here at the right time. Redneck Loving Life, you did miss quite the epic landing in the Kodiak at Port Holbron. Long story short, it's still sitting there on its top with the float sticking out of the water. So I tried to turn it into Submarine Sim 2020, I guess. But yeah, so. But we're on leg number 2 heading to Kodiak. In fact, I need to make a traffic call here. Kodiak traffic, Islander 11816, 5 miles to the northeast of the field will be right-hand pattern runway 28, Karlik. Okay, time to pull the power back a little bit again. Lights are on. The altimeter is set. Anti-ice not needed. Approach is briefed. You know what? And that's an honor, right? That is an honor. Okay, let's get down to flaps range here. I'm not in a huge hurry to lose a bunch of altitude. I'd rather get my speed right first. Downwind Sim and Slant Alpha both, well, and Jet Pilot Cinnamon, they all emphasize that with me. Get your speed right first and then descend. So there we go. There's 80. I'm actually going to toss a notch of flaps in right here because we're going to keep it at about 80 as we fly the pattern. And yeah, we're looking at, we're going to be over there. You can almost see it coming into, there we go. We're going to be heading into that little bay right there. My camera view set up. I think we're about ready to go. Get us down to 1200. We're going to call that pattern altitude for this approach. And we're just about ready to head in on the right hand downwind. Get your landing rate predictions in, and yes, it's okay if you predict whether I land right side up or upside down. I also do accept number of bounces. As part of your prediction, we can do the differential calculus and decide, you know, who the winner is if we need to. Karlik traffic, Islander 816 on the right, downwind runway 28, Karlik. It's a very extended right downwind. There is actually the airfield, so we're kind of almost on a 45 for the right hand downwind. Let's not give up any more altitude just yet. Let's keep it here until we're at least midfield, and then we can start going down. Do want to keep my speed up at about 80. Again, 80 on the approach, or 80 on the pattern. We're going to go 70 on the glide, and we're going to go 58 over the numbers. There's the town of Karlik. They've had to be witness to a couple of sketchy landings from me, but not ever in the Islander, so this could be an experience. Hopefully the little kids are out watching. All right, we're midfield, so let's go ahead. We'll start down. I'm going to go prop forward. And yeah, let's get us about 700 or so. I don't think we need to get too crazy. Yep, there we go. Karlik traffic, Islander 816, right base to final runway 28, Karlik. We're just going to pretty much roll this almost straight into the final here. Let's get turned. Another notch of flaps. There's the runway. Whoops. Nose is popping up on me a little bit. Yeah, it turned a little early, but I'm always a little nervous about this hillside, so I don't necessarily square off that base leg like I probably should. Okay, I need to pull back on the power a little bit. There we go. About 70. Again, I'm looking for 58 as a ref speed. Gonna make the field. Flaps are in. Lights on. Gear down. Runway clear. Floating a little bit. Floating a little bit. Alright, there we go. Kind of drifted a little to the right also, but not bad. Not bad. We'll take that. Got the nose up just a bit too. Yeah, that's not great, but we're down. And like I say, we will take that. Alright, let's turn around. Let's go drop our passengers off. And we'll make preparations to head back to Benny Benson. Welcome to Kodiak, everybody. Turn my flaps up. Nope. Clean the flaps up. I'm going to go ahead and turn the landing lights off. And there we go. Head on in there next to what looks like another Islander. I could be wrong, but kind of has that same feel. Oh, it's not an Islander because it's a single prop plane, I guess. What would that be? Maybe a Caravan or something, I guess. High wing Cessna. All right. One way or another, we are here, boys and girls. There's their friends waiting for them. And all right, that will work. So let's see what we need to shut off. We probably do need to shut things off, don't we? All right, let's do it. Let's work through this checklist here. Shut off everything here that's needing electricity. Avionics. I don't know if I can shut those off, guys. It has the click spot to turn them on, but not. Yep, can't turn them off. Oh yeah, I can. Off, off, off. All that can come off. This one here, I don't know how to turn off. Now we're just gonna have to roll with it. And what else? What else? What else? Parking brake. Let's set the parking brake. All those can be turned off. And mag's off. All right, good deal. Let's open up the doors, let everybody out. Cargo door, left door. I'll even take a quick break here. Right door, all the doors are open. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, there we go. Everybody out. And give me 1 second to take a little break, and I'll be right back, and we'll plan our return leg back to Benny Benson. Talk to you in a couple. All right. Much better, much better, much better. Okay, let's plan our route back here, boys and girls. And again, probably not gonna wander like we have in the past per se. And let's see how. Oh, so last time, one thing we did last time that did not work, and I've been dying to try it again, is trying to fly. There's a VOR DME approach um, back into Benny Benson. So how about we do this? This is going to kind of be boring, okay? But how about we just plan our route? Let's just the plan direct this Kodiak VOR. All right. So we'll tune it in. Kodiak VOR. It's 117.1. But the reason why is because I want to do this. If we have the chance, there is this. I think it's this one, the VOR. Yeah. So the the winds may not favor this, but if they do, I'd like to try it. Of course, we do. Well, we actually technically we would be flying this out, fly the back course, and then back in. I guess wouldn't we? Well, I tell you what, we're going to fly it. We're going to just chase the VOR, chase the needle over the top. We get a chance to take a look at some of the scenery going back in here, and and then we'll decide. I guess. Well, let's just take a look at the weather. Let's get a quick weather briefing here. PADQ Kodiak 090. So winds are 3 knots is all. So we essentially could be landing whichever way we want. So I'm going to try to let's try to let's try that. So we also have the ILS. Maybe it was this one that we had where we if we could find a Simon. See the problem there, or is that Jimin? Juman? I don't even know. If we could come up here 10 miles north, 10 DME north of Woody Island, we could fly this sucker, come down here and intercept the localizer. So what wasn't working for me was this localizer, this 110.9er. So one way or the other, even if we don't fly this DME arc, which is fun to fly, um, I'm not very good at it, but I have fun trying. I want to see if we can intercept this localizer. We were not able to do it last time. It was in this plane. So I think we're going to try to do that and just see if maybe there was something I did last time that was not correct. And maybe we'll have better luck this time. All right, all doors closing up. No covers are on. We have enough fuel, all that good stuff. We don't have the ability to visit the garage. It does look like I'm going to need to be making some change. Oh, this engine is a -5? What? What does that mean? That can't be good, guys. All right, we're luckily we've got uh, we've got a mechanic out here who's going to fix that -5. That wouldn't even. How did that thing even run? Holy cow! We're lucky we didn't have a failure of that thing. My goodness. I wonder what I did wrong on that engine to. Oh, I ruined it somehow. All right, well we're gonna fix that engine up. We might as well fix the other one up too, as long as we're giving service to the engines. We'll wait. We'll wait and fix the rest of it when we get back to Benny Benson. But we'll let those guys do their magic. That's crazy. That brake pad needs fixed. Probably everything under 80 probably needs to be fixed, which means like almost everything on the plane. Okay. Oh, that'll be ready to go here in just a second. And let's hop back in. And my fuel is turned on. Everything else is off, 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 off. Breakers are in. I don't know how many of these breakers are actually simulated. It doesn't look like any of them are. Nope. Okay. So battery on. Starter isolator on. Beacon on. Fuel pump coming on. We got to go full rich, full RPMs, and crack the throttle. Clear the prop area. Our brand new engine. Mag's coming on. Baby's purring. Purring like a kitten. Number 2. Mags are on. Prop area is clear. Sweet. Sassy Balassi. Gen's coming on. Avionics need to come back on. There and there. 2280. We are going to have to put in again the Kodiak 117.1. Bum ba dum ba dum. Okay. And we are on GPS, so that should be good. Nope, we need to be on nav. And we're going to be departing to the west, but we're going to be wanting to pick up, what are we going to be wanting to pick up here, guys? What is that? Approximate radial. The 246, roughly, I would say. 246 outbound. I think that's going to get us in the neighborhood anyway. So 246. I think that's about right there. Honestly, you guys. All right, so we will be departing to the west. That's probably pretty close to runway 28, I think is what it was. So it's in the neighborhood. And yeah, we will have to use, I guess we could plug it in here as well if we wanted to. Let's try to see if we can chase the VOR. Let's see if we can fly this thing slant alpha. And if that doesn't work, then we can always punch it into the GPS. But there's no fun in that. All right, I think we're just about ready to go. Kodiak traffic, Islander 11816. We're going to be back taxiing for VFR departure runway 28, Kodiak. Okay, nav lights, landing lights. I'll leave the landing lights off for now. Passenger signs will come on. I don't need any anti-icing just yet, and my cabin temperatures are set. Okay, let's do it. And we're in the muck and the mud. There we go. Back on the taxiway. The runway is clear. Final is clear. And we're red-eye to go. Fly it slant alpha. If I don't, yep, I can fly it Melvin Leroy. That's correct, my friend. I'm not afraid to lean on technology a little bit here and there. It's just way more fun to fly it slant alpha. Way more fun to chase the VR. Let's just hope we can do it. I don't know how far away. I mean, we're, like 60 miles away, so I don't know how far that VOR will pick up over here, honestly. We may end up just kind of flying on a heading, a general heading, until we get close enough. And that works too. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. All right, here we go, boys and girls. Interesting thing about this plane is it actually does not have a trim. So this right here is just kind of plugged in there for dudes like me that can't fly without a trim wheel. I do love how that tail just shakes. That can't be good, can it? Carlick traffic, Islander 11816 departing runway 28. We'll be making a right-hand crosswind departure, Carlick. Landing lights turned on, of course, after you get the roll going. That's when you should turn them on. There's 55. Ease it back on the nose, and there we go. Pitching for 100. There's 100. And we'll start our right-hand turn. I think we're going to need a little more than 2,500 probably on this leg, aren't we? All right, let's climb out here and let's get some altitude. I'm going to go ahead and let's set up. Let's get the autopilot going on. Heading mode is selected. Climbing at 1,000 feet roughly. Pull back on the prop a little bit. Let's get to 24. There we go for the climb. And it's still not picking up any kind of a VOR, so let's just make our turn. And we're just going to head generally eastbound, kind of northeast bound. And we'll just see, I guess, how far we get until we pick up that VOR. Let's see. Okay, well, darn it, slant. That's understandable. That definitely takes precedence because you got to get that figured out first. And but I appreciate the thought anyway. Boy, as I'm looking around here, guys, there is really not much else I can tune. That's really the only VOR in town. And so, yep, we're gonna just have to roll with it. And maybe once we get enough altitude, that thing will come into play. Or maybe. All right, so this I'm starting to. It's all starting to come back to me now. If I'm on GPS, then I'm not tracking a VOR. I have to be on nav mode to track a VOR. Am I right about that, or is that something that I have backwards in my brain here for some reason? Because I don't have. Okay, that guy's starting to come alive now. All right, thank you. So we should be able to click nav right now. It's going to make a little bit of a right-hand correction. All right. Seemed like we had that debate a little bit the last time we were flying in this plane. And I don't remember if I had it backwards or if the person I was debating had it backwards, but all right, we're alive. We're picking it up. We got over 3,000. We got up above all the peaks here, and we're picking it up. We are going to need, by the way, MSE between here and there is 4,900. So that means eastbound we need to be 5,500. Do I have the honeycomb? I wish. Redneck loving life. I wish. Nope. I have a SciTech. It's done me well for several years. It is definitely on its last legs, but it just still is working and working well. So it's a little sticky, and so it kind of makes it tough sometimes. But um, ultimately, it's been a good one. I bought the whole the yoke, the throttle quadrant, and the rudder pedals all at the same time. The only thing that's worn out on me has been the rudder pedals. I did have to replace those a little while ago, but otherwise, I've been pretty happy with it. Do you have the honeycomb redneck loving life? I've heard pretty good things about it. There we go. Why are you turning? Making some kind of adjustment. Interesting. Ah, got it yesterday. Oh, you are a lucky man. That's awesome. Good fixings. You have one as well. Very nice. Very nice. Um, the pitch is really stiff. Okay. I like the concept though. It's got a lot of buttons on it, that are really nice. You know, a lot of the stuff that I have mapped to keys and stuff like that. It looks like a guy can just can be a little bit more authentic with just pushing the buttons in front of you, which is awesome. Um, you need to pair it though, right? You actually need to pair it with a throttle quadrant, if I'm not mistaken, because it doesn't have a throttle quadrant with it. So hopefully it would work with the SciTech, but I do know that they're making a throttle quadrant as well. So I don't know. My next purchase is going to be it's going to be a new graphics card. That's going to be my next purchase. Now, we're not doing the same airspeed wise, but we should be making pretty good time because we'll have a tailwind at least for the majority of this flight. At least till we get on the other side of the mountains here. Oh, okay. Yep. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, a lot of ways to skin that cat, and a lot of options. The the one that I guess I don't understand is the Yoko, which I mean, it's very high quality. I get that, but it just doesn't. It's just a very. Does it even have a button for comms? I don't even know. It just seems like it's really like it's lacking. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe I like having all the things at my fingertips here to zoom in and out and look at the different views, and I use my hat switch to look around and stuff like that. But that Yoko just seems like it's almost a little too simple. Um, Maybe that's the beauty of it. I don't know. Probably has the best feel of all of them, potentially. All right, well, since we've got ourself on track, let's do this. Let's put PADQ in just so we have a little backup. We're not going to obviously be tracking that, but that does confirm that we're on the right track. 49 miles away. We should have a little DME here, which this is saying, 53 miles, because this is tracking the VOR and this is tracking the airport. And that makes sense because the VOR is actually, when you look at it, it's a little bit farther to the east than the airfield is. So yeah, about 5 miles. So that matches up. Really rebuilt. See, I tried to rebuild mine, and I did not know how. But I thought, it was past the date for a refund, and I didn't get the extended warranty. Sorry, past the warranty date, and I didn't get an extended warranty on it. So I thought, yeah, what's it gonna hurt? Let's crack it open. At least I can see what it looks like on the inside, and I could not actually locate what the problem. And I'm sorry, not my yoke, my rudder pedals. I could not actually locate the problem, and so I kind of feel like the uh, the circuitry somehow got a little fried in there. So anyway, but it was fun to look on the inside and see what it looked like and see how they work and kind of next time. But I'm at that point with my yoke is if it does spit the bit here at some point, it's past the warranty date, so I'm not worried about that. And it's not like these things have lifetime warranties, so I'll crack it open, I'm sure, and tinker with it and see if there's something I can do to fix it up. I don't. I I tossed them. The POT probably quit. Yeah, it was, and this has been several years ago. It's. I've even had I think I've had a move since then, so it was one of those casualties of a move type of deal. All right, so very nice. Yeah, I think with the new with the extended warranty that I decided to get on this one, that they now have a 3-year warranty. So I think I'm in the last year of that. I don't know why that wiggly tail cracks me up, but it does. It's like that can't be what happens really in real life, but if it wasn't in real life, why would they have modeled it? But seriously, if you had that much wiggle, at some point, how's that thing hanging together? I just don't know. I get a kick out of it though. All right, by the way, fuel pumps can come off because we're at cruise. I do have plenty of fuel and making good power right now. 2,400 on the RPMs or thereabouts. 23 on the manifold pressure or thereabouts. Fuel pressure is good. Oil temps and pressure is good. This is, I believe, the cylinder. Yep, temps, that looks good. There is I almost think there is yeah, there's prop heat. I think this is carb heat. Maybe that's carb heat. I don't know. There is a way to adjust that. I have not used it, though. Oh, there's my avionics switch. I thought there was a master switch for that. All right, now I know. Yeah, I mean that's like there's no way that doesn't just over time just shake everything loose and something's gonna give. But I haven't researched to see if that's something that really happens on one of these. I haven't talked to anybody that has the torque sim version either to see if that's modeled there. doesn't seem to give any kind of a shimmy in the cockpit though, so again, I just don't know. It's got to be something that one of the developers noticed, and he's like, dudes, we got to model this. You're not going to believe what I just saw, or you're not going to believe what that old Islander pilot just told me. 100% not real. Yeah, I would lean towards that myself. I just like I say, I don't have any. That's carb. What is that? I just don't have any real world experience in any aircraft. So I tend to give the developers the benefit of the doubt because I feel like they've done their homework. But sometimes when it seems too strange to be true, that's exactly what it is. All right, so we are closing in here. We're 38 miles from the VOR, and so let's brief this approach. We're gonna make a good college try, and we're gonna try to fly this ILS localizer Yankee runway 26. For us to be able to do this, we're gonna actually divert here and try to get up to as close as we can to the point Jimin. I think that's what that's called. Yeah, JIMON. So it's a 344 and it's 10 miles, 10 DME from Kodiak, which is what we're tuned in and what we're tracking right now. Um, if we don't hit it right on the money, so be it. We'll get to 10 DME and we will attempt our very, very best to fly a 10 DME arc at 1,600 all the way around the horn here until we get to 075. At 075, then we're going to attempt to intercept the localizer to runway 26, which is 110.9er. Last time I did this, it did not work. I was not able to tune the localizer and or well, I had it tuned. It just didn't come in. It was like it was inactive. And so I don't know if I did something incorrectly or what, but we're going to try that again. We do have the ability, if we need to make a turn here at Riri, which is 3.5 DME. So you heard that guy talking about when we were departing. He said, "I think I'm too close and can't go around." So he must have been within 3.5. But that's our go around point, and it looks to me like that's our abort point. You just make a right hand 270 and head back out. Although it does say there is a missed approach left. Yeah, I'm sorry, not a right hand, left hand turn to 3,900. Yeah, all the way around to 079er, and then you're back. You direct the ODK. Yeah, VOR DME. So you just kind of shoot yourself back out here to ODK, which comes off of Kodiak. What we'll probably do if we get to that point is we'll actually probably just turn around and fly outbound here and either fly a left-hand traffic pattern or fly out here and do sort of a modified procedure turn and come back in. All right. Oh, hey, he's there, man. Holy moly cannoli. Let's take a look at this, my friends. 410. Holy cow. Yep, there's the 4, there's the 1. My goodness. That is pretty dang awesome, buddy. I'll be darned. What a plane. What an amazing aircraft. Cool, man. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. Congrats on that, Kenny. I've not been up in the 4s very often. It sure as heck hasn't been in anything with a propeller out front. That's pretty dang cool. All right, so that's all the information I'm going to be putting in, I guess, guys. So let's put in. Do I have nav 2? I do have nav 2. So I'm gonna put this in both places just to make sure. So this is going to be set up for the approach 110.9er. It'll be ready for us when it's time. This over here will set as, oh, that's already set. Okay, so we're going to put that in. Whoa, 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 what, wait a minute, what, wait a second. This is one of those deals where both of these, that should not, oh, yeah, my bad. This and this are the same. This is both nav 1 and com 1. Okay, my bad, my bad. 110.9er. This is nav 2. Holy cow. Okay. And that should, there we go. Okay, so that baby is alive. So that is working. That is reading. And then our approach course is 258. Let's spin that around, and at least we'll know when we're getting there. All right, yeah, sorry about that, passengers. Well, I guess it's just me now because I dropped off my 2 passengers. All right, back to business. Full throttle can only do 120. The last 10,000 took longer. Oh, VSI said you were climbing, but yeah, so yeah, that's the hard part is you lose so much aerodynamic, so much lift up there that sometimes you can pitch so much that you're not, all you're doing is just basically cobraing down the countryside. But that's really cool, man. That is really cool. Okay, so the question now, since I have to kind of redneck my way out here, is at what point do I start to vector myself so that I'm 10 miles north of the VOR essentially? So maybe what I do, get to about 20, and then it looks to me like if I was to shoot myself right off of this little point, that might get me where I need to go, because I also need to descend. So you know what? I think I'm going to do that. Let's set the heading bug over here to about a 0.30. Let's go heading mode. Let's get turning, and then let's oh, stall. Well, the nice thing about being at 35,000 is you have plenty of time to recover, Kenny. Unless you do a Chuck Yeager and you go into a flat spin or something. So we need to be down at 1,600. So let's go ahead, vertical speed it down here. Nice gentle 1,000 feet per minute or so should be good. Keep an eyeball on the speed. In fact, I think I'll pull the throttle back just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that'll put us out. That might put us a little further out than we actually want to be, but that's okay. So I'm going to spin this guy around now to 344. Okay, there's 340. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when that all right, when I'm in line with that, that's 344. Hopefully I'll be somewhere close to 10 DME and somewhere close to 1,600. Then I'll start my procedure turn at that point. And I'm just going to hand fly the procedure turn here. I'm not going to do the old twist 5, count 5, or whatever those are. We'll just get out here, and I'm going to just get down to 1,600, and as soon as I can kind of turn, it looks to me like there's a little bit of an island right here. I'm kind of coming down this little bay. As soon as I know I'm going to clear this island, I'm going to just turn essentially to the east, and that'll get me in the ballpark. I think I'm going to be able to get down to 1,600 really pretty easily. Have you guys been doing your research on the liveries for me? I need some Alaskan liveries. Something related to Alaska for my Islander. This thing is just perfect for this neck of the woods. Ooh, man. So slowly but surely, Kenny is racking up some MPH. That's pretty impressive. Okay, there's 2,500, 1,000 to go. Can check an altimeter here. I would guess I'd have an ATIS. 3010 still and 0903, so that hasn't changed. Still clear. Beautiful out. Okay, we've lost our runway localizer. We apparently have gotten just a little too far away from it. We're just about to 1,600. And our distance here is about 13, still closing down 13.8. That's good. So we may be halfway close to this. We probably could have plugged that in to the GPS, but again, where's the fun in that? All right. And I'm going to let the speed just kind of come down here a little bit as well. You know, we probably don't need to be making this procedure turn at 140. Maybe somewhere in that 100 range would be just about right. And again, I'm just kind of looking at kind of wait till that sort of stabilizes. I'm still closing ground to the VOR, so that means that I'm still kind of cutting the corner a little bit. As soon as that, like I say, kind of levels out or stops decreasing, then I'm going to turn and work my way in perpendicular to that 344. We're still coming in here. Plus, I still have some terrain issues here, and one of those, that island that I'm trying to clear, that's just south of the Jaiman fix, it's actually 1,620 feet, so it's an issue. I think that could be that guy right there. So I would not clear that guy if I was flying that way. All right, how are we doing? 12.6. Not really seeing much. It's not changing too much now. So let's go ahead and start nudging our way back over here. 12.5. We won't go totally perpendicular, but we'll kind of head that direction. And again, once I see this guy line up, then I'm going to pop the autopilot off, hand fly it. Actually, now that I think about that, that might be kind of hard to do, because then I'm going to try to flip over and intercept Yeah, I'm gonna hand fly it. I'll hand fly the ILS as well. So that'll be good practice for me. Just the kind of stuff I actually need to do. So that'll be just fine. Coming up on a little something here, a little village of some sort. Very cool. Very nice. Haven't been looking out the window. Oh, there's another little village. Oh, wow. Look at that. Very, very nice. Yeah. All right, 11:03. We're closing. We're going to be pretty close. You guys, pretty darn close. $10.8. I'm just curious to see how well we've guessed. 10.7. Again, we're hoping this says 10 when this guy lines up. If not, we've cut the corner just a little too sharp, but that's all right. Yeah, based on our location to this 1,623 foot peak, I would say we probably are going to end up a little closer to the VOR than 10, but that's all right. We can adjust. True airspeed is about 252 knots. Wow. Well, first off, you can't get a DC-3 to 410. You can't. I don't know about a B-29, but for a single propeller-driven aircraft to be going that fast at that altitude is pretty impressive. No question about it. All right, this should center up as soon as we get past this little hillside. And we're just outside of 10 DME right now. Man, we're actually going to be pretty close. Now, it's going to get way off when I hand fly it, just because hand flying a DME is not something that I do very well, but that's why you practice it, right? I'm going to try to hold it at 1,600, and I'm going to try to keep the speed roughly where it's at. I'm going to try to bring it all the way around, and until we're at that 075. There comes the DME, or sorry, there comes the radial, and we're 10.2 out. So yeah, I would actually say that's not half bad. Okay, autopilot is coming off. I say again, autopilot is coming off. We're going to start our turn. Just a gentle turn. We don't need much. And we're watching the DME above to just, I don't know what you have to be legal, but I would say if I can keep it within a mile, I'm going to be happy. Okay, 10.4 became 10.5, so I'm going to turn a little bit sharper now. And I actually need to spin this guy to 75. That's my next important point here. There's 70, that's about 75. When I intercept that is when I need to start to turn and make my way toward the the runway. And at that point is also when I'll change my I'll flip my navigation over to the 110 decimal niner and see if I can actually intercept the localizer and the glide slope. I'm getting a little too high here, guys. 10.3, my distance is still good, but I'm gaining some altitude. I got to stay at 1600. I'm going to cut some power here. I've not been doing a very good job of maintaining the altitude. .1. I'm starting to cut the corner a little bit too much now. So hard when you, I mean, you just feel like you're barely nudging it, barely nudging it over to the right. There's 10, so I'm right now I'm at exactly where I need to be. I'll try to hold it right there if I can. Onward and downward to 1600. There we go. Oops, cutting the corner a little too much. 9.9 now. Straighten it out just a little bit. Get back on that arc. Almost to 1600. There we go. Just try to trim it out. I can afford to lose a little bit of airspeed here. There we go. Let's see how we do. There's 10, so I'm starting my gentle right-hand turn again. Trying to come all the way around. All the way around. Got a long way to go yet. Can actually set this guy 256, which is I think right on the back end of that guy right there. So that is runway heading. So you can see we are still pretty much on the downwind. We're slowly making our way around. And you can imagine attempting to do this in IMC conditions. Boy, this is, it's hard enough, and it's perfectly clear right now. But I couldn't imagine if you had some weather, some wind that you were dealing with, low visibility. That's when you see some real skill. I don't usually try it when it's like that. That's when I let I let technology help me as much as I can. Oh, starting to climb again. Don't want that. 10.1, so I need to maybe turn just a little bit more. There's my localizer again, which is awesome. I'm just gonna fly the ILS based on nav2. I don't know that I'll be able to push all the buttons I need to push to get myself around. I'm almost down to the equivalent of a base, just about there. But again, I keep climbing. If you get too high, you're not going to be able to intercept the glide slope, so that's kind of the danger there. Whoop, that's too much of a turn, I can tell you right now. My chair is all messed up. Yep, that's too much of a turn right there. That's going to screw things up. Holding 10, pretty good though, honestly. Yep, there I am, 9.9. I cut the corner too much. Darn it. And I'm still climbing. So this is a bad part of my arc right here. Up 9.8. Alright, hold the heading. Let's get back out on 10. Cut the power. Let's get back down to 1600. I'm failing my check ride, Slant Alpha. Failing my ILS check ride. Ooh, I really cut the corner. I'm at 9.6 now. I am really cutting this corner off. Not in a good way. Just about back down to 1600 though. There we go, 9.7. Starting to edge my way back out to where I need to be. There's 1600. It's funny and yeah. So Slant, I know you do this quite a bit, but what I always find extra challenging about this type of deal. Okay, there I'm almost on the 75, so I'm just about ready to turn here actually. All right, so there we go. There's the radial. Sorry, there's the yep. There's the outbound 7.5. So I am ready to make my turn to base. I was about to say, or turn to final. I was about to say that it's interesting because the wind changes as you come around the horn, and then everything kind of you think you just about have it squared away, and then the next thing you know, you're either cheating in too far or you're out too far. But let's see how close I was, boys and girls. So I am. I wonder if I can do this. This is my ILS. Okay, there we go. I'm coming around. And I need to be, oops, that's a little too far. I don't think I did a very good job there, guys. What's wrong here? I should be 258. Yep, I overshot it by a long way. I turned way too fast. Huh, I wonder what I did wrong there. All right, let's hold it at 1600. I am below the glide slope. We can just head back here on a 210. Till we intercept that localizer. Yeah, gosh, yeah. We'll look at the track when we're all said and done, but somehow I screwed that up. I thought I was okay, but I just turned too soon, I guess. All right, yeah, we're 13 miles away. Now this is tracking the localizer. So we are below the glide slope, which is good. So we'll just hold it here at yeah, about 1600. Just to trim it down a little bit. Speed's okay. And we'll just we'll salvage what we can. Yeah, I think I know what I did wrong. I do. I think I know what I did wrong. Yeah. we'll see. We'll get on the ground and we'll see how it goes. There comes my localizer. And so we'll make our turn. Again, we're just going to hand fly this in. Hand fly the DME arc, hand fly the ILS. Good practice to do every now and again. I should do it every time if I'm being honest with you, except for on days where I can't see. So let's stay level here again, and let's see if we can manage the descent. See if we pick up that glide slope here. We'll stay level at 1600, and I see the runway, so we are heading in the right direction. We have a 3-knot tailwind here, but that's okay. All right, I actually think I'm supposed to put my boost pumps on before landing. Lights are on. They've been on the whole time. Altimeter is set, and the approach is briefed. Again, we have until 3.3 to abort. If we don't like what we see at Riri, which is 3.5, we make a left-hand turn, and the missed approach says to a heading of 079er. We'll just probably fly the outbound leg here and just enter a left-hand pattern. And look at that, we've got a little bit of IMC trying to sneak in on us here, a little bit of clouds. So let me make a call here. Benny Benson traffic, Kodiak, Islander 11816, 10-mile final runway 26, Benny Benson. Here comes the glide slope. And a little bit to the left of the localizer. Alright, there's the glide. Let's go ahead and pull the power back a little bit here. And let's see if we can get on this glide slope. I'm going to put a notch of flaps in here. Let's get it... whoa. There's a little bubble. That's going to hurt us a little bit, but should be okay. Thinking about 500 is going to get us what we need here. And I want no less than 80 on the approach. 80 on the pattern. 70 on the glide. 58 on VREF. So we actually could work our way down here to 70. Let's see if we can get it trimmed to 70. Good shot, lady. All right, 7 miles. We still have a mile and a half to make our decision. Oh, pardon me. 3.5. I was thinking 5.5. 3.5 is the decision. Abort or commit. Gotten a little bit below our glide slope here. And we've drifted a little left of course. So let's shallow off here. Get it to around 70. Capture that glide again. Definitely don't want to be short here. Well, you never want to be short, but you don't want to be short when there's a bunch of water in front of the runway. All right, there's 70. It's a good speed if we're on the glide, but since we're leveled off, we probably need a little bit more. And down comes our glide slope. We didn't get too far away. But again, this is exactly why I should be hand flying every ILS approach that I ever shoot, so that if I need it, I've got it. Okay, back on the glide. Let's nose down just a bit here, and let's see if we can take it in. So 500 was a little too aggressive, I guess. That's interesting. So we'll make a little adjustment here. All right, we're coming up here. 3.5. We're committed to land. We're stable. We're on the glide on the localizer. And we're not in a float plane. So we have three things going for us. Benny Benson traffic, Islander 816, 3-mile final runway 26, Benny Benson. Boy, it's hazy here. I mean, like, worse than usual X-plane haze. I have a feeling as the winter kicks up and I try to fly these routes, we're going to have some serious weather to deal with. I'm kind of looking forward to it, actually. Getting a little low again on the old glide slope. We're getting a little fast as well, so we'll trim up. We'll trade some airspeed for a little altitude. Okay, last final notch of flaps coming in. There's 60. And again, we want a ref speed of about 58. A little bit of a tailwind, a little bit of a crosswind. See how we do. A little bit of a stutter. A little bit of a float. 147 right down the middle. I will take that any day of the week. And we'll go ahead. We've got a long taxi here, so we'll kind of keep the speed up all the way down to the end here. I'll take that. I'll take that. Let's get back on that center line here. I feel like I'm getting shoved around quite a bit for just a 3-knot tailwind. All right, almost there, almost there. This is our exit. This is our exit, I think. Benny Benson traffic. Islander 816. I can't make that call just yet. Not legal. Yeah, 147, not bad, Kenny. I need to get off the ramp here. There we go. Benny Benson traffic, Islander 816. Clear runway 26. Benny Benson. All right, you guys. Well, all right. So the first leg, not so hot, but I think we finished off here and kind of ended on a high note, a decent landing into Kodiak, and then a decent landing here at back at Kodiak. Let's take a look though. We'll take a look at the flight track and see how we did on that DME arc, because I know that we screwed up basically the round out, but I think I know what we did. All right, but first of all, let's get everything tucked away, pulled in, find a spot to park. Now the stutters are killing me here. This looks like a pretty good spot. Coming around. There we go. All right. Time to shut her down. Set the brakes. Let's turn all of this business off. Yeah, I can actually just do all the avionics at once, I think. There we go. That makes that easy. Pull the condition levers off. Pumps can come off. Mags can come off. I bet that's what I did to screw up the engine, is I turned the mags off and I still had fuel running to the engines. Okay, all that can be turned off. Whoops. And this stuff off. And there we go. That will do it. So let's take a look. Caught myself on that the other day. Deciding appropriate-ish. All right, so first things first. Let's look at the track on my DME. Let's see how I did. Yep, and that's kind of what I thought. But that's for me, that's not bad. Now here's what I did. Here's what I did wrong. When I intercepted, so that's that 075. That's right there. Okay, so I did what I was supposed to do. I got to that point and I made my turn. But what I did is instead of turning to intercept this 258, I actually turned to 258. So I should have selected a course that would have, like a 210 or something, which I did, but not till after the fact. As soon as I figured out that I turned too soon, or I turned too sharply, I went on that 210, and that's when I intercepted and flew the rest of it in halfway decent. I mean, I don't think that was too bad. Let's see. Let's look at as long as we looked at the bad one, let's look at the good one, or at least the decent one. And let's see if I have some. Do I have some outside views here? What do I have? There's the flyby view. There's a little bit of crabbing going on there. Here's the runway view. I have a tower view too. Yeah, that's not going to give me much of a view. Okay. 2, 3, and 4 is what I want. Yeah, well, and that's again, A guy just needs to keep flying it and keep practicing, and you kind of get a feel for that because it looks like on the chart, oh my goodness, I got to turn right now. But in reality, no, you don't. Oh, I was doing a little porpoising. I don't know what was going on there. About to get the unstable warning. In we go. That's actually a pretty cool view. Over the numbers. Down we go. That's a pretty cool view. A little bit of an early flare. No, another little bit of an early. So that wasn't as good as I thought. I did kind of plop it down too. So, yeah. You know what? So be it. Oops, how do I? All right. That will work. That will work. I was trying to get out of it. I couldn't. So, okay. Well, yeah, guys, gals, everybody who's still here, appreciate you hanging out. It was an up and down kind of flight, but at the end of the day, it ended up on a positive note. So that's all you can ask for. Let me tell you what I do have coming up on the stream here. The rest of this week, we've got the BVA regional circuit coming up on Thursday. That is, let's see, what is featured in the regional circuit this time? Boston and Portland. So I actually do not yet have an aircraft selected for that. So if it's those two, I might pick something a little bit bigger. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe I'll break the Eclipse out and do some biz jet flying. Hard to tell, but that'll be the next stream for us again around 8 o'clock Eastern time. Um, don't forget Friday is the Back to Bayport. That's our big Virtual USA Flight Club event. It's kind of our unofficial home airport, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a giveaway. There's going to be all kinds of traffic. We're trying to set a record. Our record for participants in any event so far is 34, and we're trying to break that. And so that the flight itself is pretty awesome too. It's a VFR transition that sneaks you in to that extremely busy New York airspace, and it's got like this little tiny little sliver of a spot that you can go into. It's really interesting. So you'll want to take a look though. Yeah, get with me, and I'll get you the event details because you'll want to review that sectional, and you want to familiarize yourself with the approach into Bayport. Plus, there's some scenery that you're going to need that our friend Downwind Sim has been working on as well. And then coming up on Saturday, another biggie. It's the Bush League Backcountry Potluck Special Event Fly-In. I don't know exactly what the name is, but we're moving. Instead of doing a Bush League Monday, we're going to do a Bush League Saturday afternoon. So it's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 1900 Zulu. And what we have some guest scenery designers that have made different airstrips for us to fly into, and we also have a giveaway, scenery giveaway for that one as well. So that's one that you're also going to want to be paying attention to, and you will find the details. I've almost got everything tidied up. I'm helping Downwind Sim with that, but I will be posting an event briefing on the downwindsim.com website here potentially by the end of the night, if not very, very soon. So we've got a few things to button up on some sceneries, but that's going to be a lot of fun as well. That's the Bush League Backcountry event. It's going to be Saturday the 1st, August 1st, 3 p.m. And you'll wanna brush up on your favorite bush plane and join us for that to be sure. All right, let's see here. We have, who do you want to go raid? We've got 7 guys here. We got the Magnificent Seven. Any nominations here? I always look for somebody who's doing GA. I have. It does not look like we have a whole lot of GA guys. Um, the total count for custom scenery airports is 5. We have 5 airports for Saturday, and so you'll, like I say, you'll wanna check in, because there'll be a little bit of that kind of scenery install stuff, but we'll have it all lined out on the downwindsim.com channel. So, well, let's see. Favagano is bow hunting. Chili Willies is talking about flights FS. He's calling it FSX 2020. We do have seat back pocket. Oh, I got Sheed. Yeah, let's go harass Sheed. That sounds good. I like Sheed. All right, so hang tight here. I have to spell his name correctly, and there we go. I look like we're going to be able to do it. All right, I'll see you hopefully on Thursday, maybe